It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Bad Seed Brewing Company. And why have I started this beer review clenching my fists all enthusiastically? Well, I tell you why. Because Bad Seed Brewing Company are probably brewing the best beers out of the whole of Denmark right now. They are producing some incredible beer. This one is called King Ink. It's a Imperial Stout at 11.5% ABV in a 330 milliliter can. And it was sent by a friend and a brewer and a YouTuber. And the friend and the brewer and the YouTuber will probably be thankful that when he sent this glass, it did end up in the trash. I put it in the trash. I didn't think there was anything else in the box. He said, "Did you get the glass?" And I was like, "Oh God, blimey." So I went and unwrapped a load of the bubble wrap out there, and there was indeed a Bad Seed Brewing glass in the recycling. So I'm going to use it today. I haven't used it yet, I don't believe, in a 330 milliliter can, but this is perfect. This is perfect to use the glass for. This is a 330 milliliter Imperial Stout that will fit perfectly in that glass. Without further ado then, let's get the beer out. Perfect, look at that. Who doesn't like liquid on the palm of their hand, eh? It's all over the window. It's all over the tripod. Look at this. Oh my goodness me. This looks decadent, delightful, wonderful. This just looks off the scale good for an Imperial Stout. Oh my goodness me, look at this. That literally went everywhere. It's all over my bottle opener. Literally, I'll be licking the windows after. Licking the windows, the window reveals. I'll be licking my table. I'll be licking my perfect draft machine. Licking my tripod. Just getting all the blooming Imperial Stout off everything. Oh, blimey. Look at that. Look at that. That is just beautiful. Beautiful liquid. We got a one finger dark tan coloured head that doesn't want to go anywhere. That's thick and viscous and lovely. It's a jet black beer in the glass. As you rock the beer back and forth, you can see that carbonation chasing the head of the glass. Let's get the aroma on the beer then. I am slowly getting to the end of the beers that Peter the Master Hobbit sent, my good friend and brewer of Bad Seed Brewing Company, head brewer. I got a bit of a request. I want to brew. I coined the phrase about 10 years ago, Scandinavian style Imperial Stout. I coined it and I want to use it. I want to brew with Bad Seed Brewing Company a Scandinavian style Imperial Stout. So what is a Scandinavian style Imperial Stout? Over the last 10 to 13 years on this channel, I've been sneeze coming. I've been reviewing beers from Norway, Denmark, Finland, Sweden. Lots of beer from Sweden, and they've all had this, like the Imperial Stout, Imperial Porters, they've all had this big, thick, tan coloured head The liquid is always jet black in the glass. And it's always when I review Imperial Stouts from these very countries, Lervig's Conrad Stout, that was the first one I think I ever reviewed. That was the same as this. It was big, it was thick, it was viscous, great tan coloured head on it that didn't want to go anywhere. And I believe, and I still believe it now, that the Scandinavians brew the best Imperial Stouts and the best Imperial Porters in the world. I'm a firm believer. I've drank so many. I've drank Imperial Stouts, Imperial Porters from the UK, America, all over the world. I'm a firm believer that Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, they brew the best Imperial Stouts in the world. So I decided to coin the phrase Scandinavian style Imperial Stout. On that note, let's get the aroma. Roasty, toasty, chocolate, coffee, caramel. A little bit of vanilla. A little bit of tobacco smoke coming through. Pipe tobacco smoke. Coconut. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, it's like it's in their DNA. It's like as soon as a Scandinavian person hits the age of 18, they can all brew these incredible Scandinavian style Imperial Stouts. It has to be in their DNA. It has to be built into them. It's like Max Verstappen. It's almost like Max Verstappen's dad was Josh Verstappen, who was a famous Formula One driver at the back of the grid. Josh Verstappen's wife was a driver of some kind. I think she was a rally driver or something. So, you know, those two people made a baby and they made Max Verstappen. I mean, it was obvious, wasn't it? He was going to become a world champion. I mean, he probably, at the age of 6 months old, he probably threw him in one of those buggy things in his garden, and he probably pedalled round at 100 miles an hour type of thing. It's just in your DNA. It's in your DNA to be a Formula One driver. And in the Scandinavians' case, I think it's in every Scandinavian's DNA to produce these wonderful Imperial Stouts. I've never had a bad one. Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland. Never had a bad Imperial Stout. Incredible stuff. Vanilla, chocolate, coffee, caramel, plum, fig, prune, pipe tobacco smoke, spices, pepperiness, sweetness from the malt, bitterness from the dark malt, bitterness from the hops, flavour from the hops. That plum, that fig, that prune is coming from the flavour of the hops in the beer. It's just out of this world good. It's out of this world good. And if I was to go back to Formula One for one more second, bear with me. It's a bit like the rest of the pack, the rest of the teams trying to chase McLaren, Ferrari and Mercedes. They are the teams, and probably once upon a time Williams, but they seem to have gone now. Everybody's chasing those teams. Everybody wants to be Ferrari. Everybody wants to be Mercedes. And it must be frustrating for the rest of the world, if I was to flip this onto beer, that the Scandinavians are the Ferraris of the Imperial Stout world. They really are. And the rest of the world is looking on and they're wishing that they could brew Imperial Stouts and Imperial Porters as good as the Scandinavians. They are just, it's almost like, I don't want to use the word entitlement, but it's almost like it just becomes absolutely natural for these guys to brew this style of beer. This is so good. I cannot explain enough how refined and how good this beer is. It's wonderful. Here's to Scandinavian style Imperial Stouts and Imperial Porters. Here's to Peter, the master of hoppets. Check out his YouTube channel. This beer is wonderful. Wonderful. My eyes are closing in appreciation. If I would have more fingers and thumbs, I'd give more numbers. But for now, I've got 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. It's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.